What's up everyone? Welcome to BoxNest. I'm Dante, otherwise known as BoxNest Raven. Today I'll be reviewing CD Projekt Red's fantasy RPG, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Let's get to it. Being one of the most anticipated games of 2015, it has a lot to live up to if its goal is to please every shut-in nerd with a hard-on for fantasy and dragon slaying. Actually, there are no dragons in The Witcher 3. There are no whats in what? You promise not to freak out, right? Okay, because there are no dragons.
Are you kidding me right now? I bought this game for the dragons. Why doesn't that be dragons? Ugh!
We'll get to the various beasts this game has later, but for now let's talk about the story. Being the third installment in the series, it once again drops you into the crusty leather boots of Geralt of Rivia, master monster hunter and professional ladies' man.
You smell wonderful.
Geralt, we're at a funeral.
You smell wonderful at this funeral.
Nerd!
So what sort of shenanigans is Big G getting up to these days? Well, this time, he's presented with a contract to find the Child of Prophecy. I promise I'm only going to do that like 3 times in this video. Anyways, this Child of Prophecy just so happens to be your adopted daughter, Ciri. At certain points of the story, you will get to play as Ciri. Now, those parts are fairly short, but they're plentiful, so you'll get a lot of Ciri playtime. The Ciri sections are commonly quick and pulse-pounding, which not only complements her personality, but also the way her fighting style differs from Geralt's. Much like my cat being stuffed to the brim with the hopes and dreams of children, The Witcher 3 is stuffed to the brim with fetch quests. But unlike a lot of games, these fetch quests seem meaningful. They all have something unique about them that makes them each special in their own way. For example, you could be, I don't know, walking a little old lady across the street and it turns out she's a vampire or something, and you gotta give her a little stab. It could happen. On that note, let's talk about combat. First of all, you have your 2 swords. Steel for humans, silver for monsters. You also have your 5 signs: Yrden, Quen, Igni, Axii, and Ard.
Nerd!
The combat is fluid and strategic. It relies on you using various signs and tactics to defeat your enemies. I only have about, 1 or 2 gripes about it in terms of dodging and winding up for an attack. The world of The Witcher 3 is expansive and detailed. The map is divided into multiple regions, which each have their own unique look and feel. From the bustling streets of Novigrad to the breathtaking mountain vistas of the Skellige Isles, there will always be something to look at. Now before I move on to the inhabitants of this world, I'd like to answer a frequently asked question. Can you run around and kill anyone you want? No, you sociopath. Let me elaborate on that. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is not a sandbox game. It's an open-world RPG, and you're role-playing as Geralt. While you do get to make a lot of choices as Geralt, Geralt is still not a murderer. So, well, technically, under technicalities. I mean, it's usually self-defense, I guess. Unless you attack a guard. And it's like this guard was just kind of doing his job. He didn't deserve to be chopped in half. Things you can kill include, but are not limited to, griffins, drowners, wolves, sirens, wolves, deer, bunny rabbits, wolves, and shirtless men with pointy objects and no regard for self-preservation. And then there's humans. Humans are not to be trusted. Just gonna throw that out there, alright? But we do have them to thank for our final topic. An in-game minigame known as Gwent. Now, while I would usually think just some random minigame isn't worth mentioning, this isn't really just some random minigame. It's actually legitimately fun. if you know how to play it, of course. And it's not that hard to learn. I mean, it only took me a couple tries to beat that first guy, but it's alright. It's alright, I'm getting places, right? Either way, I'm not going to explain too much about it, but I can tell you it's kind of like the Pokemon card game. So, just try it out. If you don't like it, doesn't matter, you never have to do it anyway. But, go for it. Now, while The Witcher 3 is not without its flaws, it doesn't change the fact that it is a damn good game. CD Projekt Red has made an immersive game world that is both dark and beautiful in many aspects, in terms of story, characters, and regardless of platform, I hope you try this game because I recommend it. I give The Witcher 3 a 9 point something out of 10.